Not all destinations are about beaches and sunsets. Some places are so dangerous, eerie, or extreme, only the brave dare to step foot there. These are the corners of the world where nature is at its most raw, its most unforgiving. Places that test your limits, push your courage to the brink, and demand every ounce of your survival instinct. We're not talking about your average holiday spot, we're talking about journeys into the heart of fear itself. It's in these places, on the very edge of what's possible, that you find out what you're truly made of. Today we're going on an expedition to 10 of the most terrifying destinations on Earth. From sheer cliff faces that would make a mountain goat tremble to islands so infested with deadly creatures they're forbidden to humans, and ghost towns radiating an invisible, silent threat. These are not places for the faint of heart. They are raw, they are real, and they are incredibly dangerous. Each one holds a story, a challenge, a testament to the power of our planet and the resilience of the human spirit. So, buckle up. We're about to explore the thin line between adventure and peril. This is the ultimate test of courage, a tour of places that will haunt your dreams and ignite your spirit of adventure. Are you ready to face the world's most extreme environments? Let's get going. Our first stop takes us to the sacred Taoist mountains of China, Mount Huashan. Now, this isn't your average hike. This is a pilgrimage that tests your faith and your nerve. The final ascent is the plank road in the sky, and it's earned its name. Imagine this. You're thousands of feet up, clinging to a sheer vertical cliff face. Your only path is rickety wooden planks, some no wider than your own 2 feet, bolted into the rock. No handrail, just a rusty chain to clip your harness to. Look down, a dizzying drop to the valley floor. Every step is a calculated risk. Wind howls, trying to tear you from your perch. The mountain feels alive, immense and all around you. One misplaced foot, one moment of hesitation, could be your last. Next, we journey to a place so deadly the Brazilian government has forbidden anyone from landing there. Off the coast of Sao Paulo lies Ilha da Queimada Grande, Snake Island. This place is the stuff of nightmares. A small, unassuming patch of land with one of the highest concentrations of venomous snakes in the world. Estimated 1 to 5 golden lancehead vipers per square meter. Just think about that. You can't take a step without being in striking distance of a lethal predator. The golden lancehead is unique to this island. Its venom is up to 5 times stronger than mainland relatives. So powerful, it can melt human flesh around the bite. Trapped when sea levels rose, the snakes evolved extra toxic venom to kill migratory birds. They hunt in the trees. Danger isn't just on the ground, it's above you. Imagine being stranded here. Snake Island is a forbidden zone where one species reigns supreme, and it's not us. Our next destination is not a natural peril, but a man-made one. We're heading to the Chernobyl exclusion zone in Ukraine, the site of the world's worst nuclear disaster. In 1986, a catastrophic explosion at Reactor 4 unleashed a cloud of radioactive fallout across Europe. In the aftermath, a 30-kilometer zone was evacuated. Bustling towns like Pripyat became eerie, silent ghost towns. Walking through these streets today is one of the most haunting experiences you can imagine. Pripyat was a modern city built for the plant's workers and their families. Now it's frozen in time. School books scattered on classroom floors, toys left in a nursery, posters from the 1980s peeling off walls. The iconic Ferris wheel stands as a silent, rusting monument. We're now heading to the southwestern coast of Africa, to a place with one of the most intimidating names on the planet, the skeleton coast of Namibia. The name says it all. This stretch of coastline is a desolate, hostile graveyard. For centuries, dense fogs, unpredictable currents of the Benguela, rough seas have driven countless ships to their doom. Their rusted, skeletal remains lie half-buried in the sand, a stark warning to anyone who dares to navigate these treacherous waters. But the danger doesn't end if you survive a shipwreck. If you made it to shore, your ordeal would have only just begun. You'd find yourself stranded in one of the world's oldest and driest deserts, the Namib. To the east, a seemingly endless sea of towering sand dunes, no fresh water, scorching temperatures. To the west, the violent, freezing Atlantic Ocean. The Bushmen called this land the land God made in anger, and it's easy to see why. It's a brutal, unforgiving trap. Large colonies of seals attract predators from both land and sea. Our journey now takes us high into the Andes Mountains of Bolivia to a road with a reputation so fearsome, it's known globally as the Death Road. Its official name is the Yungas Road. It connects the Amazon rainforest to La Paz. For decades, this was the only route, and it claimed hundreds of lives every year. a terrifying ribbon of gravel and dirt carved into the mountainside, barely wide enough for a single vehicle. Imagine driving here. On one side, a sheer rock wall. On the other, a vertical drop of up to 2,000 feet. No guardrails. One wrong turn and you plunge into the abyss. The road is often shrouded in rain and fog, making the surface slippery and muddy. Add the risk of landslides and falling rocks. The route is littered with memorials and crosses, grim reminders of lives lost. The rules are reversed here. They drive on the left-hand side for better outer wheel visibility. The driver sits right on the cliff edge. Every corner is blind. Drivers must honk to warn oncoming traffic. When two vehicles meet, uphill has the right of way. The downhill vehicle must reverse to a wider spot, its wheels inches from the precipice. A newer, safer road exists now, but the old death road is a macabre tourist attraction, popular with thrill-seeking mountain bikers. We return now to the chilling theme of nuclear disaster, this time in Japan. In 2011, a massive earthquake and subsequent tsunami triggered a triple meltdown at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. It was another catastrophe on the scale of Chernobyl, forcing the evacuation of over 150,000 residents and creating a new radioactive ghost town. The Fukushima Exclusion Zone is another of the world's eerie, forbidden places, a modern landscape of sudden, silent abandonment. Much like Pripyat, Okuma, Futaba, cars sit in driveways, bicycles are propped against walls, traffic lights still cycle through their colors for empty streets, supermarket shelves are still stocked with products that are now a decade out of date. It's a surreal, deeply unsettling environment. The silence is profound, a testament to the lives that were uprooted in an instant by an invisible enemy. The challenge for Japan has been immense. Decontamination efforts are a monumental task. Crews in protective suits work tirelessly, scraping topsoil, washing down buildings, trying to reclaim these towns from the grip of radiation. But it's a slow, painstaking process. Some areas, particularly close to the plant, may remain uninhabitable for decades, if not longer. The ongoing struggle to contain the damaged reactors and manage contaminated water. Visiting the zone, where possible with authorized tours, is a sobering experience. It's a stark reminder of the fragility of our modern world and the immense power of nature. The tsunami was the catalyst, but the resulting nuclear disaster was a failure of our own technology. The Fukushima Exclusion Zone stands as a powerful warning for the nuclear age, a silent, overgrown landscape that tells a story of loss, resilience, the long, difficult road to recovery. It's a modern tragedy etched onto the very land itself. From the modern and man-made, we travel to the ancient and mystical. High in the mountains of the northern Philippines, in a place called Sagada, the local Igorot people have practiced a unique and startling burial ritual for over 2,000 years. Instead of burying their dead in the ground, they hang them in coffins from the sides of limestone cliffs. Walking through Echo Valley, you look up and see dozens of these coffins, some centuries old, suspended high above you. It's a haunting yet strangely beautiful sight. This tradition is steeped in ancient beliefs. The Igorot people believe that placing the dead high up brings them closer to their ancestral spirits. It was also thought to protect the bodies from wild animals and from rival tribes who practiced headhunting. Our next destination looks like something straight out of a biblical prophecy or, a sci-fi movie. In the heart of the vast Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan, there is a fiery pit that has been burning for over half a century. It's called the Darvaza gas crater, but locals and travelers know it by a more fitting name, the Door to Hell. It's a colossal man-made crater, over 200 feet wide and 100 feet deep, filled with an inferno of raging, roaring flames. In 1971, Soviet geologists were drilling for natural gas. The ground beneath their rig collapsed, creating this massive crater and releasing huge quantities of methane gas. Fearing the spread of the poisonous gas, they made a critical decision. They decided to light it on fire, expecting it to burn out in a few weeks. That was over 50 years ago. The fire is still burning today, a seemingly eternal flame in the middle of the empty desert. Approaching the crater, especially at night, is an incredible experience. You can feel the intense heat from hundreds of feet away. The roar of the flames is deafening, and the sky above glows with a fierce orange light. Standing on the edge, peering down into the fiery abyss, is both terrifying and mesmerizing. It feels like you're looking into the very bowels of the earth. Camping near the crater is the only way to truly experience its awesome power. As the sun sets, the desert plunges into darkness, and the crater becomes the only source of light and sound for miles around. No list of terrifying destinations would be complete without the highest point on our planet, Mount Everest, standing at over 29,000 feet. Its summit is the ultimate prize for mountaineers, a symbol of human endurance and ambition. But this mountain is a killer. It's one of the most dangerous environments a human being can possibly enter. The beauty of its snow-covered peaks hides a brutal reality: extreme cold, treacherous terrain, thin air that is barely capable of sustaining life. The biggest danger is the altitude itself. Above 26,000 feet is the infamous death zone. Here, the oxygen pressure is so low that your body is literally dying with every breath. Hypoxia, leading to confusion, poor judgment, physical collapse. Frostbite can claim fingers and toes in minutes. The weather is notoriously unpredictable. A calm day can become a raging blizzard with hurricane-force winds in moments, trapping climbers. The route to the summit is fraught with peril. Khumbu icefall, constantly shifting glacier of massive ice blocks. Climbers crossing ladders over crevasses. Sheer ice walls, deep crevasses, the constant threat of avalanches. The mountain is a test of physical and mental strength beyond comprehension. It pushes you to your absolute limits, and then far beyond them. The descent is often more dangerous than the ascent. Exhaustion and false security lead to fatal mistakes. Slopes of Everest are tragically littered with climbers who never made it back. Abandoned gear and memorials stand as grim markers. Climbing Everest is not an adventure. It's a battle for survival against the most extreme forces on Earth. It demands respect, humility, and an acceptance that, ultimately, the mountain is always in charge. A place of supreme triumph and devastating tragedy. For our final destination, we travel to a place of profound and unsettling quiet. At the base of the majestic Mount Fuji, in Japan lies Aokigahara, the Sea of Trees. Aokigahara grew on hardened lava from an ancient eruption. The forest floor is uneven. The forest floor is rocky. The forest floor is covered in moss. Trees press so tightly together, they block most sunlight and wind. An unnatural, deep silence fills the place. That silence hits you first. There are very few birds. There are very few other animals. The canopy muffles all sound. You feel isolated even close to the path. It's incredibly easy to get lost here. Volcanic soil rich in magnetic iron is said to interfere with compasses. The uniform trees leave no landmarks. It can feel like the forest is trying to swallow you. But Aokigahara carries a darker reputation. For decades, people have come here to end their lives. The forest is imbued with sadness and melancholy. Signs at the entrance plead with visitors to seek help. Walking these paths, you feel the weight of that tragedy. This terror is different. Not predators or the elements, but a psychological, spiritual dread. Disorienting landscape, suffocating silence, the knowledge of its sad history. Together, they create a profoundly unsettling atmosphere. Aokigahara is strikingly beautiful, yet forever haunted by its reputation. A journey into a place lost in time, a sea of trees holding countless sad secrets. We've journeyed to the edges of the map and the limits of human endurance. These 10 destinations. From the dizzying heights of Mount Shan to the silent, radioactive streets of Chernobyl. From the Serpent's Lair in Brazil to the fiery pits of Turkmenistan. These 10 destinations are more than just places on a map. They are crucibles that test our courage, our resilience, and our respect for the raw power of this planet. They remind us that adventure isn't always comfortable or safe. True exploration often means stepping into the unknown, into the heart of fear itself. Each of these locations, in its own terrifying way, tells a story about our world and our place in it. They show us the consequences of our own actions and the untamable force of nature. They are places of profound beauty and profound danger, often at the same time. They challenge us, they scare us, but they also inspire a deep sense of awe. It's the spirit of adventure that calls us to these places, the desire to see what lies beyond the horizon, even when it's frightening. So, which of these places would you dare to visit? Tell us in the comments. And remember, not all who wander are lost. Sometimes they're just really, really brave. Keep exploring, keep pushing your boundaries, and never lose that spirit of adventure. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious. The Guiding Traveler, get lost and find yourself.